Hello, and what is your name?
Hello, I'm Miss Yang, and I teach ninth grade English as well as some other electives here at Priory. Welcome.
Perfect. So, what's your teaching style? How do you like to teach?
That is a broad question, Alex. How do I like to teach? Well, I think that in the middle school, sometimes the biggest difference between middle school and ninth grade is that in middle school, teachers will give you an A as long as you do all the work. In high school, and especially in my class, I'm interested in training you how to think and read critically. So I guess I like to use questions in my teaching. I like to encourage students to ask deep questions about what they're reading. I like them to use questions to develop their writing further. And in terms of style, I guess I would say that I'm strict, but I like to have a warm atmosphere in my classroom where I encourage a lot of questioning, a lot of discussion. It's very, very interactive. I don't do a lot of talking in front of the room by myself. I like to encourage students to do the talking. Oftentimes you'll do a lot of group work in my classroom, and I set up very clear guidelines so you'll never be confused as to what you're supposed to be doing, but it's very student centered. So oftentimes at the beginning I'll set up an activity, and then the students are the drivers in my classroom. So you guys have full responsibility to take care of the tasks, and I just sort of oversee everything. I like to see myself as the guide.
So, what can you just take me through like a daily class schedule?
A daily class schedule. Well, the agendas are very diverse, I would say, in my classroom, but I'll just talk about the other day. I tend to start up with a warm up. I like to do an opening poem to kind of silence my students, get them focused, and then let's see. we will do maybe I'll give some feedback on a previous assignment that they did, give back some papers, and then I will introduce the activity of the day. So it might be some group work, for example, a jigsaw activity where each group takes responsibility for maybe a chapter that they studied in a book, and they have to come up with, what was significant about that chapter, come up with important quotes, and they have to get ready to present an engaging little report to the rest of the class. So I'll give them about maybe 20 minutes to do that, and then everybody takes turn to report, and then we'll end with a whole class discussion. And then sometimes in the last 5 minutes, I ask students on an index card to tell me what was it that they learned from class that day and what questions they have left, so I can address those unanswered questions.
Perfect. And is there anything you expect them to do over the summer?
Yes, I expect them to get rest and have a lot of fun. But I also, Miss Briggs and I assign summer reading, just like every other teacher at the Priory. For the incoming ninth graders, they will be required to read Stealing Buddha's Dinner, which is a memoir. And you'll find out what that is when you come back in, but come back to school. But you're gonna just read it over the summer and be ready to discuss it when school starts. Something that will give you a head start is if you actively read the book. What we mean by active reading is by underlining lines that you think stand out, seem important somehow to bigger themes in the book, annotating, which if you don't know what that means, making your own connections to ideas in the book, asking questions in the margins, circling words that you don't know.
And like writing notes and things like that. Okay. Well, perfect. Thank you so much for this interview, and have a good summer.
Thank you.